Hi everyone, I wanted to show you the airless pump feature again of the foundations, tinted moisturizers and a lot of the other products that we have, anything that comes in a pump pretty much. I am currently using the creme beige colour of the Make Sense foundation, applying it all over my face, and then as you'll see I start to stipple as I get to that second layer. There you go. And when I say second layer, I do mean it's still the first pump, it's just that I went back and got a bit more. Now into the deep CCTM colour correcting tinted moisturiser. That's my favourite product to use for a contour. Excuse me. And I do the contour most days. The only time I won't is if I've done a face that I don't use foundation for. I really do find that when you do use foundation, you're taking all the colour out of your face and you'll get a much more flattering end result if you do take the time to contour. I know it's a bit daunting to some people, and do I get it right every time? No. Do I love it? Yes. Is it easy to fix if you don't get it right? Yes. Your foundation brush is your saviour. So that was going in with Shadowsense. That was the colour Mulberry, and I use that for my blush quite often. It's probably the one I use a good 80% of the time. There you go. There's my example. Using the foundation blush just to blend that contour a bit better. And I really love that because it's the tinted moisturiser, it does blend beautifully well. This is the Shadowsense in Smoked Topaz for my brows. I love that I know with confidence that it is, once it's on and it's dry, it's there to stay. It is a smudge-proof product. So it doesn't matter what I'm doing during the day. I have not once had that move. This is the Candlelight under my eyes. Same product, so many different uses. I'm using it to cancel out dark circles at the moment. And then there is Whisper Pink as a brightener. And I just love it. I love that it's cream to powder because I have oily skin. And so for me, the fact that it dries to a nice powder, which again, smudge proof, budge proof, water resistant, is an excellent feature. And then I'm going in with Pearlizer on the cheekbones as my highlighter. That's just the sample size, that's why, tester size, sorry, that's why it's smaller. But again, one of their most amazing products, I absolutely love it. Powder, we haven't got the New Zealand SeneGence powder in New Zealand yet, so I won't talk any more about that, but as soon as it comes, I will be introducing you to it. Cleaning off my lips for Lipsense. Whatever your Lipsense touch is what it touches, is what it will stick to. So you want to make sure it's sticking to nothing but clean lips. So then I went in with Smoked Topaz all over the lids. I don't do that very often, you'll know that if you've watched for a while, but I just really love occasionally to bring out that different colour, that deeper colour. And so I was playing with different shades of green because of the green leaves on my sweatshirt there. Go in, and I often use my finger just to tidy up along there under the brow, because that helps me create the exact amount of skin that I want left showing between the colour and the brow, because I have those pretty much fully hooded eyes. I do go quite high with my eyeshadow, and that is deliberate. It means that when I'm looking at someone straight on, talking to them, they can see just a little bit of colour, but it's because otherwise it would all disappear when my eyes are open. But then when I blink, as I talk, they get the full effect of what I've got on. So that is going in with Emerald Shimmer. That is a limited edition colour. That is from the Royal Gems collection that was launched in December. It's still available, and I love working with it with Onyx as well. I often use it with Onyx. It's another colour it goes super well with. And I love that it's a shimmer. It just adds that little bit of reflection. So I'm just slowly building up the product. You don't go in with one thick layer with Shadowsense, because that is when it is not as likely to give you great results. If you go in, build it up gradually, that's when it's going to stay in place all day. Now that shadow was almost exactly as I left it. When I got home 9 hours later, it looked the same. I should have taken a photo of it just to show, but unfortunately I didn't think of it at the time. And of course it's long gone now. So that is going in with Sandstone Pearl Shimmer for an inner eye highlight. I absolutely love Sandstone Pearl Shimmer. It's great exactly there. It's also great as a highlighter if you didn't want to or couldn't have couldn't purchase two products, it would be the one I would purchase, because you could then use it as your highlighter instead of pearlizer in a eye shimmer. And of course it's beautiful just across the lid too, if you want a simple colour, just with it just reflects that little bit of light. So this is the neon green shimmer from the recent Colour Surge collection, and I just added that in for a bit of brightness, contrasting and bringing more out of the smoked topaz. As you can see, I'm not trying to match the green on my sweatshirt, I'm just adding in more greens, playing with the different shades. And then I went in there with a bit more foundation. You don't get fallout with Shadowsense, but what you will find is that I'm quite the stickler when I do a bold eye. I want a nice, straight, crisp line along the edge, and so that's when I go to the foundation and I get more out and will add to it. And that also speaks volumes for the coverage you can build up with the foundation also. When you look at the colour of green that I'm working over the top of there, it really is quite incredible. So I'm just going in with one of the brushes now that it's had that little bit longer to dry, to blend a bit more. I really quite like a blended look most of the time. Occasionally I'll do a look that I do know that I won't blend quite as much. But I find if you go back in and blend when it's that bit drier, it's quite effective. So you'll find I do it both when I first apply it and again. And so this time I decided I was going to go in with a little bit more just to help with that blending process. With Shadowsense, you've got about 60 to 90 seconds before it dries. Once it's dried, it's set in place. Lipsense, you should give it a good shake before you use it, because it doesn't have any of the additives that will keep it as one consistency. It will split a little bit or separate, and you just shake it up. What it has in it is cosmetic grade alcohol to keep it all nice, hygienic, because once you've opened it, it's good for 3 years, and that's because of that alcohol. This is Praline Rose. It's one of my favourite colours. As you can see, I'm applying it through fogged up glasses at different points of the proceedings. And I can do that because it is such a beautiful colour. It applies like a dream. It's definitely one that I'm comfortable recommending for beginners. Every Lipsense colour will apply a little bit differently because we use natural pigments for the colour. But I can tell you, Praline Rose just goes on like a dream. I don't ever have any problems with it, or I would never have tried to apply it through fogged up glasses. If you go outside your lips, just use your finger straight away to pick some up. Otherwise, you can go in with a cotton bud with some oops remover. And this is the Undersense. Now, it's totally optional. You don't need it to use our mascara, but I do love it. It adds that bit more volume, conditions my lashes, and it's got Capixyl, which is a growth ingredient, which will grow your lashes by up to 46% in 4 weeks. And if you think about it, if you break that down, that is pretty incredible. I've absolutely loved what it's been doing to my lashes in the over 6 months that I've been wearing it now. And that same ingredient, Capixyl, is in our mascara as well. Going in with Glossy Gloss there just to seal in the lips. You do need to have the Glossy Gloss to seal in the Lipsense. If you haven't used Lipsense before, you'll need to pick up a glossy at the same time. Otherwise you won't like it. It will be sticky and it won't last as long. And as you see, I pulled that mascara out of my bra. It's in there because almost all mascaras contain beeswax. So if you warm it up, whether it's down your bra, if you sit to do your makeup between your legs, under your arm, in a glass of water, or blast it with your hairdryer, that will just help it glide on that bit more smoothly and easily. I always struggle to do my mascara when I'm filming because, as you can see, I'm side on to the light, not straight in front of it or with it reflecting in the mirror. But that, them's the breaks, right? That's my decision. And I do my makeup at 6 o'clock in the morning. I do it super early, so there's definitely no sunlight at this time of year at that hour. But nearly there with the makeup today, and I always go in again under the eyes just to tidy up any mascara that I've got somewhere that I didn't quite mean to. It's super effective when you look at that. Look at those lashes. I just love it. If you've got any questions, please comment on this video, flick me a message. I'd love to help you out. Thanks so much for watching.